July 2nd. It's now about 4 o'clock. I was supposed to get paid today. Normally, I get my check, direct deposit somewhere around 4, 5 a.m. Still ain't get paid yet. I asked my job if they confirmed where, that my money went, to my checking account. I seen the pay stub. I see the last 4 digits of the checking account number. So, I mean, if anything, I gave them the exact, form for the direct deposit, right? Then I called the bank, and the bank is like, well, sometimes it may not always go through in the morning, so now you have to wait. Sometimes you have to give it from between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. So I'm just like, damn. Now, last time something like this happened, there was a legit thing where the Federal Reserve, had they called it a human error with the computers, and it messed with, just a lot of several thousand people's, direct deposits. But this situation, everybody else got paid at work but me. When I tell you I'm being targeted, I told you I'm being targeted. Just about 85% of New York City is a part of this, this organized stalking thing, right? About 85% of them. And they work in various different sectors of the job worlds. Some of them are even homeless. That's the sad part. And yet, at the same time, I'm being targeted, right? And yet, people are still getting killed. People are still getting robbed. People are still getting raped. People are still getting sexually assaulted. Yet, this so-called secret society is coming after me. A single man, no children, who don't bother anybody. I don't harass anybody. I literally don't do anything to anybody. But yet they want to use their technology on me. They want to try to coerce me into doing things that I don't want to do. One being, trying to force me to become a cop. And the longer I, don't do what they want me to do, they continue to try to, use these frequencies or dirty electricity within, my home to cause me all different types of ailments and pains and basically trying to destroy the cells in my body. They attack me anywhere from my heart, my genitalia, my hips, and usually through the V2K they like to go, or synthetic telepathy. I'll use that term. His osteoporosis is acting up. I'm 32 years old. Ain't never had no real ailments in my entire life. My medical records won't show anything of a sort. And yet, watch by the time I probably turn about 33, 34, they would have, God willing, if God don't step in and do something with them, I'll probably end up having old man ailments because of the electronic torture. Now, several of my New York City, TI community friends, they actually went out to Albany to, protest against electronic harassment and, torture of innocent civilians. I wish I could have went, but at the same time, Yeah, I'm still waiting on my dispute from the last time that these gang stalkers had, basically wiped my checking account clean. So, yeah. And I kid you not, I kid you not, I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up because how is it possible that I've lived in New York City for 32 years of my life and no one has ever had a complaint about me? No one. No one could really say I've ever done anything wrong to them. No one could ever really say that they've actually had problems with me. But for whatever reason, I moved to this here building in the Bronx. Now, I don't got no problems with the Bronx. I don't have no problems with nowhere that I actually touch earth on this in this city. Why? Because I don't move like that. I don't have problems with places because shit happens. No. But in this building is the heart of where some of this electronic harassment and gang stalking stuff happens. Right now, they're attacking my right shin, or at least the muscles on the posterior side of my, well, more on it's like the outer right side of my shin. I kid you not, I would never make up something like this that would make me seem crazy. And you can hear it in the tone of my voice that I'm not necessarily highly emotional about it. You could tell I'm not being frantic about it. Why? Because God said you don't let fear in your heart. God said you don't let no man or woman put fear in your heart. That is why they all walk around doing what they do, because they have fear in their heart. None of them had the strength to actually say no to tormenting innocent people, tormenting innocent men, women, and children. There are several people in New York City who are being targeted. I would say probably hundreds. Some don't even realize they're being targeted because they just don't know what that is yet. And that is why I've joined the Targeted Community Society, or rather community, because we've actually done the research and we found out how real this is, because it's not just only in New York City. It's not just only in New York State. Hell, it's not just only in America. This is a global thing. You can literally find millions of people in several different countries. I mean, like you can look up Targeted Individuals Day, and it's people of all different races: black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, Indian, wherever. People in Malaysia, New Zealand, Australia, countries in Africa. Then you got, UK, you got, hell, even as far as Alaska. People, South America, people all over the world are being experimented on to have these direct energy weapons either tested or used against them. And then there's like this society of people who decided they probably don't want no smoke with the whole idea that someone can actually destroy every ounce of what is called privacy, you know, and then next thing you know, expose or just basically put out into the world everything that makes them them. Whatever types of whatever thought, whatever memory, whatever idea, pin codes, whatever you have in your brain, whatever piece of data or information that your neurons carry that forms a memory inside your brain. They have the technology, and don't tell me you don't believe me, because I will pull out the patents and the scientific studies so fast. I keep them bookmarked for cases like that. I keep them bookmarked. So, Yeah, I'm still sitting in here waiting for my direct deposit. Now they trying to attack my heart. But like I told them, I grew up in New York City. I don't I don't care about all this covert stuff. They're gonna try to do it that way so that way they don't, nobody could actually get caught. That's basically how that's basically the new way of crime. That's gonna be the new wave of crime now. Eventually some of these, the people that's out here actually doing the hands-on stuff, they'll probably eventually stop, and then they'll start to learn about the technology, and then next thing you know, it's a free fall. You'll have people being tortured and targeted all over the place. And I'm telling you right now, when I tell you about the testimonies that I've seen, heard firsthand, and even watched on videos of children being attacked with this technology, women as young as teenage girls, as young as little girls, and older women as old as about 70, 80 something years old being attacked by this stuff. Men, women, boys. There's no restriction in this stuff. And why do they do it? Because they want control, I guess. Maybe they want power. Because it can't just be about money. And then on top of that, I'm just waiting for the moment that when someone like the president of the United States or other like top government officials realize there are citizens in this country who literally possess the power to basically extract every bit of information that you keep in your mind that you think is private. They can literally they probably hacked a satellite somewhere. They can literally extract that information from you and then probably sell it on the dark web. So just imagine, what if Biden decides he wants to pay New York City a visit? And then someone is using this technology, heterodyning these frequencies, and then they tap into his brain and they extract whatever information that they can from him before he leaves New York. And not even just that. They can actually lock on to a person's central nervous system and then be able to see everything they see through their own optic nerves, optogenics. And then they can actually hear everything you hear, cochlear nerves. I kid you not, and I'm getting chills when I'm telling you this right now. I'm getting chills right now, and as God is my witness, I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. I don't care if I end up poor in the street somewhere, but I kid you not, when it finally come true, or when it finally comes out in the open, because the crazy thing is, the really crazy thing is the people that actually assist these, I call them handlers. The ones that deal with the technology, I call them handlers. When the people who assist with the covert, subliminal gang stalking stuff, that, when they like say stuff about you because information was shared about you to them, so when they walk by you, they kind of say it subliminally, in conversation. So then when you're walking by, you go, what? I kid you not, when these people finally realize and the evidence comes out there that all of their information has been uploaded to a cloud too, not just the targeted people, but also the people assisting the handlers, your information, your data is uploaded to the cloud too. So that means, and the crazy thing that gets me, is like the streets are helping them, right? You telling me you are okay with knowing someone knows every detail about every little thing you've ever done. Everything that you've probably done that was probably against the law. They know every detail about everything you've done, and they can actually pull it up like it's a video clip because it's saved on a cloud. It's mind uploading. You can look that up too. Mind uploading. You can literally pull it out of a file somewhere on a cloud on a protected private server somewhere. And I'm just like, you telling me y'all cool with knowing they know every detail about everything you've ever done. And if the time ever came that if these handlers ever had to face jail time or something like that, or not even just that, what if they were to get hacked by somebody else? Because, eventually, there's going to become a competition. There's going to become a competition where handlers might actually start to go against each other to see who's a better hacker than the other. And then when they hack into another handler's data system or their files, they're going to expose everything that handler actually had. So now think about it like this. While y'all out here doing all these different things, right? Just remember, someone knows everything that you do. They see every person that you sleep with. They see every activity that you do. They know every PIN number, every password. They have everything. Everything. And you would never know when they actually came into your mind or whether they left or not. So y'all telling me y'all cool with that. Y'all cool with that. Y'all cool with knowing that, there's elderly people being tortured by this technology. Y'all cool with knowing that there's children being tortured with this technology. Y'all cool with knowing that people who've never actually done anything to anybody, whether it's violent, sexual, or any matter of the sort, y'all cool with knowing that people are just getting, basically human trafficked in a way. It's like, what can you call it? It's like electronic human trafficking. And then whenever a person who was targeted end up dying of so-called natural causes, that makes it a Holocaust now. It's an electronic Holocaust, or a cyber Holocaust, if you will. So I kid you not, I have nothing to hide. They know what time I go to work. They know where I'm going. They know every little detail about me. And I kid you not, I refuse to I'm 32 years old. These are basically grown-ass bullies with brand new toys. I refuse to be bullied at 32 years old. I refuse. And I mean, if I have to die or be falsely imprisoned just to prove a point, then let God's will be done. Because, right now, I'm patiently waiting on the Lord. I don't get mad at God for what humans do. I don't. Because every human is capable of doing the right thing. But sometimes there's these demon spirits that grabs a hold of some people, and you know what? Some people just don't even try to fight it off. They just go with it. Why? Because it's easier to go with it's easier to go with the flow of something that seems scary and torturous rather than to actually fight against it. Now people saying, "Oh, you snitching on everybody. You putting everybody's livelihood at stake." And I'm like, I ain't never been a snitch a day in my life. But you telling me the moment that somebody starts messing with me, but I can't do nothing back to them, I can't do anything back to them, My only offense is to actually talk about it. That's my only offense. I'm snitching. That's my only offense. Why? Because they're hiding in the shadows, they're hiding behind technology. And then they take people in the street and they use them to do the more physical things. While they're hiding behind their technology, they get people in the street. They probably pay them. They probably help them get, you know, cars, benefits, whatever the case is. They have people in the streets do their hands-on work while they sit behind a device doing all of the electronic stuff. So, yeah, this is just another week where they're basically just trying to have an effect on my finances. They're trying to, they're basically trying to get me evicted. They actually hacked my devices so bad that I couldn't even file my taxes. They prevented me from being able to submit my taxes this year. Like, like literally, they prevented me from being able to submit my taxes this year. Because I have the proof where I actually filled out the form and everything. I tried to press submit. Why can't I press submit? Because they hacked my laptop and they hacked the server for the website I was trying to actually submit my form, and they prevented me from actually submitting my taxes. And I pay my taxes every year. So, yeah, I'm just, I'm just, I'm just, I'm just trying to live my life. That's all I was trying to do is live my life. I never really wanted to care about no secret societies. I never really wanted to care about no technology. I didn't know about any of this stuff. Hell, I remember from the very beginning when they started doing this stuff to me, I was just like, I don't necessarily want to be a part of this. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want to, be a part of no groups. I don't run in groups anyway. You know, but they like, no, you can't go nowhere. Your privacy is over. You snitched on us to the hospitals, so now you got to become a cop. I find that very dangerous, to have remote neural monitoring and synthetic telepathy and then become a cop at the same time. Not just dangerous to myself, but dangerous to what would have been my fellow officers. I can only imagine what it would be, what that must be, to have like all this type of electronic harassment going on, and then you become a cop, knowing that they have access to all types of data. And then on top of that, they'd be seeing everything you see. So just imagine everything that you're trying to do that's right by the law, whatever the case like that. You're not really trying to do anything, you know, you're not trying to harass nobody. Even if with the badge on, you're not trying to harass nobody. But you got these people that's using this technology, and they're speaking into your mind, and they're trying to tell you to do all these different things. Let this person go. Do this. Go into the database. We need to see something. If you don't, we're gonna send frequencies through your body. We're gonna cause you a lot of pain. Whatever they gotta do. It's extortion. It's electronic human trafficking. I mean, so yeah, I don't know. In my 20s, I would say my mid 20s, my early to mid 20s, I used to say to myself, yo, I have a weird feeling that my 30s are going to be crazy. And I think any of my closest friends who might still be my friends, because I realized some of my friends flipped on me once I became aware of, the whole targeting thing. Some of my friends flipped on me. Hell, I think I noticed some family that flipped on me too. So, I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm walking lightly. I'm walking lightly. Everyone else is going to continue doing what they're doing, and they're going to continue their smear campaigns. They're going to continue lying about me. They're going to continue saying a whole bunch of stuff that's not true about me at all. Because my actions will continue to resonate with who I've always been for all 32 years of my life. And anyone who's ever known me, they will basically they'll basically see me they should basically see me as the same person I've always been. I don't know. It is what it is. You either believe me or you don't. But I'm just saying there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people all around the globe that are basically coming into knowledge of what it means to be a targeted individual, and they're basically identifying themselves as targeted individuals because they realize there's such a consistency with the testimonials of these people who are calling themselves targeted individuals. But I actually like to say like my man Deepfake Video Rob, John Walker would say, we're empowered individuals. Why? Because we actually said no. It takes power and strength to be persecuted and say no. And I always like to remind, a lot of these gang stalkers out here, the Jews turned on Jesus before they crucified him. Malcolm X was shot by his own people. So, and I'm getting chills right now. Every time I say I get chills, that's how I know God is resonating with my frequency right now. God is giving me more and more power, more strength. God is giving me the words to say these things, because right now I am the most even-keeled, calm, collected person that most people have ever met in their life. Most people never really ever seen me get mad. But yet, the lies that they're putting out there is I'm a crazy person. He's a sexual deviant. I don't know, they even came out with so many lies. Some of the most like detrimental things that can be said about a person's character. But you know what? God willing, my actions still line up with the things that I'm actually saying. And my actions still line up with the person who I've always been for 32 years of my life. I don't know. Y'all believe what y'all want to believe. If y'all turn on me, I get it. Y'all either don't want smoke with the handlers and the gang stalking, or y'all actually benefiting from it through all of the, y'all probably getting some money, y'all probably getting benefits, government benefits, because they got people that work in the government. They got people working in the government. They got people working in the hospitals. They got people working in the EMTs. They got people working in construction. They got people working, in the cellular phone stores, and they're literally assisting with the electronic harassments. Like if someone who was a target goes in and they want to buy a phone or something, there's a person probably working in the store who's a part of it, and they'll probably assist with sharing the information about that phone to the handlers, so then they can be able to hack into their phone much easier. Why? Because I don't know, maybe they're getting paid to do it. I don't know. Me personally, I'm glad I don't love money enough to sell my soul like that. Because this is some Luciferian stuff. That is what you call sensitization, but it's also their way of communication. I kid you not, I can't make this up. It's too consistent with the many different people all around the country and around the world who says the same things in their situations. I kid you not, I can't make this up. And why, out of the 32 years that I've lived in New York, all of a sudden I move up here to this building. And I've been to the Bronx before. Never had problems with the Bronx. I know mad people from the Bronx. Never had problems with people from the Bronx. But I moved to this building, and all of a sudden, people on like social media is like, Chris is talking weird now. Because I'm telling y'all. But you know what? People don't want no smoke. That's what it is. You know, I guess people don't believe in God no more, you know. I guess people don't believe in God no more. Well, dead or alive, I still believe in God. You know, so yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I already know they're gonna torture me as much as they want. They're gonna and you know, there they go with the. So they always send these phone numbers. I know they're like, I think they call it like API calls. It's like probably like a software that calls the phone and it communicates with the phone, something like that. It's always like some 718-689 number or something. I don't know. They always call. I never answer, but they just always call so frequently. So they're basically communicating with the phone. It's like it's like a way of hacking the phone. So, yeah. May God have mercy on the children that they also train to take part in this Target and stuff too. Yes, they will use their own children, tell their children to say certain things that sounds, you know, weird. They'll use their children to help them. See? I can't make this up. I literally can't make this up. When I tell you they make movies about this stuff. The Spark. Look that up. The Spark. I forgot the name of the director, but The Spark is about a guy basically going through the same thing. I literally can't make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. And it's been going on for decades. Decades. There's people who's been targeted for about like 40 years. And the technology just makes it easier and a lot more excruciating now. And then among all other things, the smear campaigns and everything else they're doing, you know, people getting together in a group or like a network to try to see if they can destroy, you know, innocent people. Oh, that's biblical. That's been going on for centuries. We're not just talking about Christian or Judaism or anything like that. That's just humanity in general. That's been going on for centuries. So you know it's some Luciferian, like Satanist type stuff. It's spiritual warfare. Evil spirits using technology to try to see if they can destroy righteous people, basically. And it's sad. It's sad. You know. But yeah. I'm not going out like Myra May or Aaron Alexis. I'm gonna just throw that out there. So I'm not causing harm to nobody. All the harm is being caused to me. It is what it is. So everybody take care. Everybody, you know, just stay prayerful. All my TIs out there, stay prayed up. You know, there is a light at the end of this tunnel, though. There is some light. The country of Chile is passing neural rights laws. United Nations are having like, you know, meetings or conferences about these electronic, about the direct energy weapons and everything like that. So it's about to go down. It's about to go down. I just don't know if I'll be alive to see it. I just don't know if I'll be alive to see it. But it's about to go down. So, yeah. Y'all stay up. Peace.